Welcome back to Haunted Histories, where we delve into the eerie past of the most haunted locations around the world. Today, we journey to Villisca, Iowa, home of the infamous Villisca Axe Murder House. This quaint, three-bedroom farmhouse has a dark history that continues to chill the bones of all who visit. Stay with us as we uncover the tragic events of 1912 and explore the paranormal activities that have since plagued this home. The three-bedroom farmhouse at 508 East 2nd Street in Villisca, Iowa, looks like a charming, typical Midwestern home. Its simple layout and cozy appearance mirror countless other farmhouses across the country. However, the walls of this house have a dark story to tell. Purchased in 1994 by Darwin and Martha Lynn, who aimed to turn it into a historical museum, the home's charming exterior belies its grim history. The Lynns went to great lengths to preserve the original structure and furnishings, painstakingly restoring each room to its former glory. The kitchen, with its vintage appliances and period-appropriate decor, transports visitors back in time. The bedrooms, adorned with antique furniture and family photographs, evoke a sense of warmth and nostalgia. However, as they delve deeper into the restoration process, unsettling details about the home's tragic past began to emerge. In the living room, a large, well-worn sofa sits beneath a window that overlooks the yard. This room, once a place of family gatherings and laughter, now carries an eerie stillness. The dining room table, where the Moore family would have shared their meals, remains set as if awaiting their return. Each piece of furniture, every framed photo on the walls, serves as a silent witness to the horrors that unfolded within these walls. On a dreadful night in 1912, the quaint farmhouse was the site of a gruesome crime that shocked the small town of Villisca. 8 people, the home's occupants, Josiah B. Moore and his wife Sarah Moore, their 4 children, Herman, Catherine, Arthur, and Paul, and their 2 young guests, Ina and Lena Stillinger, were brutally murdered in their beds. This horrific event left an indelible mark on the community and sparked a century-long mystery. The crime scene was both horrifying and perplexing. The murderer used an axe belonging to Josiah Moore, striking each victim multiple times in the head. The killer had taken the time to cover the faces of the victims with clothing and draped mirrors and windows with linens, adding an eerie touch to the already gruesome scene. Despite extensive investigations and numerous suspects, no one was ever convicted of the crime, and the case remains unsolved to this day. The investigation revealed chilling details. It was discovered that the killer had lingered in the house for several hours after committing the murders. Cigarette butts found in the attic suggested that the murderer had hidden there, possibly waiting for the family to fall asleep. The axe, left bloodied and abandoned in the house, became a symbol of the horror that had taken place. The unsolved nature of the crime left the community in a state of fear and suspicion, with many believing that the killer could be someone they knew. Soon after the Lynns acquired the house, they received numerous requests from paranormal investigators. These investigators, seeking to communicate with the spirits of the deceased, introduced the Lynns to the world of ghost hunting. Initially skeptical, the Lynns soon realized that their quaint little Villisca farmhouse was haunted. The museum, initially intended to celebrate the home's historical significance, now had to reflect its dark and eerie history. The Lynns began to document the strange occurrences reported by visitors and paranormal investigators. Disembodied voices, ghostly apparitions, and unexplained cold spots were just a few of the phenomena experienced by those who ventured into the house. One investigator reported hearing the laughter of children coming from an empty room, while another claimed to have seen the ghostly figure of a woman standing at the foot of a bed. The investigators brought with them various tools to detect and communicate with spirits. EMF meters, spirit boxes, and thermal cameras were used to capture evidence of the paranormal. One particularly startling piece of evidence was an EVP, electronic voice phenomenon, recording that captured the voice of a child saying, "Help me." This, along with other unexplained occurrences, convinced many that the spirits of the Moore family and the Stillinger sisters still lingered in the house. Visitors and paranormal investigators have reported hearing disembodied giggles and screams, witnessing unexplained movements, and seeing a strange fog moving from room to room. Some visitors have even exhibited strange behaviors, suggesting possible possessions. These eerie activities have solidified the Villisca Axe Murder House's reputation as one of America's most haunted locations. One particularly unsettling report came from a group of investigators who claimed to have witnessed a rocking chair moving on its own. Another visitor recounted the experience of feeling a cold hand touch their shoulder, despite being alone in the room. In addition to these physical manifestations, many visitors have reported feeling an overwhelming sense of sadness and fear when inside the house. Photographs taken inside the house have also shown anomalies, such as orbs of light and shadowy figures that were not visible to the naked eye. Some visitors have reported hearing the faint sound of a music box playing, even though no such item exists in the house. These experiences have attracted a wide range of paranormal enthusiasts, from amateur ghost hunters to seasoned investigators, all eager to uncover the mysteries of the Villisca Axe Murder House. Today, the Villisca Axe Murder House serves as a paranormal hotel, where groups of 6 or fewer can pay $428 to stay overnight. Accommodations are minimal, with guests advised to bring their own sleeping bags, not that they'll be getting much sleep. According to Martha Lynn, she simply hands the guests the keys and leaves them alone for the night. But, as the stories go, they probably won't be alone. Staying overnight in the house is not for the faint of heart. Many guests have reported sleepless nights, filled with strange noises and unsettling feelings. Some have heard footsteps echoing through the empty halls, while others have seen shadows moving in the darkness. Despite these eerie occurrences, the house remains a popular destination for those interested in the paranormal. The house has also become a focal point for paranormal tours and events. During the day, guided tours are offered, providing visitors with a detailed history of the murders and the subsequent hauntings. At night, the atmosphere changes as the house is plunged into darkness, with only the faint glow of flashlights to guide the way. These nighttime tours often include a seance or a ghost hunting session, allowing participants to experience the paranormal activity firsthand. Martha Lynn herself prefers not to discuss her ghostly encounters to avoid influencing the guests' experiences. However, she did share that she feels a presence in the house, particularly noting the spirits of the 6 children who were victims of the 1912 murders. Some visitors have reported being touched, hearing voices, and seeing apparitions. These personal accounts add a chilling layer to the already terrifying history of the house. One visitor recounted an experience where they felt a sudden drop in temperature while standing in the children's bedroom. Another guest reported seeing the figure of a young boy standing at the foot of their bed, only for him to vanish moments later. In addition to these ghostly encounters, many visitors have reported feeling an overwhelming sense of dread and sadness when inside the house. There are also stories of objects moving on their own, such as doors opening and closing and lights flickering. Some guests have experienced a sense of being watched, while others have felt an inexplicable heaviness in the air. These experiences have been documented by numerous paranormal investigators, who believe that the spirits of the victims are trying to communicate with the living. The Villisca Axe murders not only left a scar on the town of Villisca, but also had a significant impact on the wider community and legal system. The horrific crime led to nearly 10 years of investigations, repeated grand jury hearings, and a spectacular slander suit and murder trial. It also spawned numerous minor litigations and trials, making and breaking political careers. Legislation was even written in response to the murder, including the establishment of the current State Bureau of Criminal Investigation's predecessor. The story of the Villisca Axe murders has been the subject of numerous books, documentaries, and even films. In 2004, the documentary Villisca, Living with a Mystery shed light on the then 92-year-old mystery, exploring the possibility that the Villisca crime and similar murders across the Midwest were the work of one of America's first serial killers. This documentary, along with other media coverage, has kept the story of the Villisca Axe murders alive, ensuring that the tragic events and their impact are not forgotten. The Villisca Axe murder house has also become a symbol of the town's resilience and determination to remember the past. Each year, the town holds a memorial service to honor the victims and reflect on the impact of the murders on the community. This event draws people from all over the country, many of whom have been touched by the story of the Villisca Axe murders. Paranormal investigators have used a variety of techniques to try to uncover the mysteries of the Villisca Axe murder house. Among the most popular are EVP, electronic voice phenomena, sessions, where investigators use audio recording devices to capture the voices of spirits. Some of the most chilling EVPs from the house include voices that seem to respond directly to questions, suggesting an intelligent presence. Investigators also use EMF, electromagnetic field, detectors to measure fluctuations in electromagnetic fields, which are believed to indicate the presence of spirits. In the Villisca Axe murder house, EMF readings have often spiked in the bedrooms and attic, where the murders occurred and where the killer is believed to have hidden. Thermal imaging cameras are another common tool used in the house. These cameras detect changes in temperature, capturing images of cold spots that some believe are manifestations of spirits. Investigators have reported seeing figures on thermal images that were not visible to the naked eye. Additionally, motion detectors have been set up throughout the house, often triggering alarms when no one is present. Over the years, many theories have emerged regarding the identity of the Villisca Axe murderer. Some speculate that it was a transient worker or a disgruntled business rival of Josiah Moore. Others believe it could have been Reverend George Kelly, a traveling preacher who was in town the night of the murders and exhibited suspicious behavior. Despite being tried twice for the murders, Kelly was never convicted, and the case remains unsolved. Another theory suggests that the murders were the work of a serial killer who committed similar crimes in other parts of the Midwest. This theory is supported by the fact that several axe murders with similar patterns occurred in the years following the Villisca crime. However, without concrete evidence, this remains speculative. Some paranormal investigators believe that the spirits of the victims may hold the key to solving the mystery. Through EVP sessions and other forms of communication, they hope to uncover clues that could point to the identity of the murderer. While these efforts have yet to yield definitive answers, they continue to fuel interest and speculation about the case. Visiting the Villisca Axe murder house is an experience unlike any other. Whether you're a history buff, a paranormal enthusiast, or simply someone looking for a thrill, the house offers a unique glimpse into a tragic past. Guided tours provide detailed accounts of the murders and the subsequent hauntings, while overnight stays allow visitors to experience the paranormal activity firsthand. For those brave enough to spend the night, the house offers a chance to step back in time and perhaps even communicate with the spirits of the victims. Many visitors leave with a newfound respect for the history of the house and a deeper understanding of the events that transpired there. The experience is both chilling and enlightening, providing a unique opportunity to connect with the past in a deeply personal way. The Villisca Axe murder house is a place where history and the paranormal intersect, creating an experience that is both educational and eerie. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, there is no denying the impact that the events of 1912 have had on the town of Villisca and the countless visitors who have walked through the house's doors. Thank you for joining us on this chilling journey through the Villisca Axe murder house. The tragic events of 1912 have left an indelible mark, and the stories of paranormal activity continue to captivate and terrify. If you ever find yourself in Villisca, would you dare to spend a night in this infamous house? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more haunted histories. Until next time, stay curious and stay spooky.